We are now in orbit above Stellar Bay, Captain. No blockade is a match for my piloting skills.
Damn, but we're good. Raps. Let's clear this sulfur-sodden fucks out so Hayes can rest in peace.
Look at us!
Hayes was the best self-sacrificing son of a saint I ever met. Halcyon. Now, if we're gonna lure the Manta Queen out, think it's time I call... The Queen ain't just gonna come out on her... I don't know... I don't rightly know what happened, but... And to be honest... Thanks. Now, come on.
So much for peace and quiet. Yes, the one that crashed. I saw it on the security feed. What about it? Not surprising, replacement parts are rare, so the cost of even... I take it... Don't guess the captain would have quite pegged the price of disrepair being the cost of their lives, but these things happen. A shame. I fear it's a sad day when you've resorted to asking me. Sanjar's about as deadly as a spilled can of lead paint. If anyone's to aim a cannon at my face, I'd prefer it be him. But he'd never have the guts to defend Monarch if it came down to... Graham's as likely to bomb Monarch as he is to protect it, down to the last dying man. As I'm not the one with access to the art... Me? I'd end up blasting myself from the face of the planet, trying to disengage... Thank you. I'm getting... Oh, great.
Aw, you called us friends. I'd normally
Important to you is not... Tug on my heartstrings, why don't you?
Rebecca Hodges.
If UDL hire... These are the... Give my regard...
I believe I hear Felix and Parvati discussing the... We are now in orbit above Edgewater, Captain.
Watch out!
Here we go!
Got him!
I'd wager this is the outpost. Rebecca! Anders! Come on out!
System.
The last of them. Huh. Rebecca taught me this once. You can jerry-rig these old... But we've only ever done that if we're in a real bind. Oh no. Oh no. What did you do? Oh, Nyoka. I'm so sorry. I don't... They were... That bitch! They were all set to abandon us! What would Clara say, huh? Every day she'd ask if we heard from you. And she'd have forgiven you. The kid had a soul that made the sulfur smell like roses. Ugh. Or to leave your medallions to rot with you, but Clara w- At least I know. I hate to say this, but... Yeah, maybe. Only thing left, the most pissed... That'd be boring. I've never had the pleasure of hunting primals, but I hear they're all over Scylla.
Captain, if you're looking for crew members... Destination reached. Scylla.
Hey boss, I want to talk to you. If we wanted the board's attention, we got options. Pirates. We want to put some fear in the board, right? Board don't know the meaning of the word respect. They only like... You just got an audience with Sophia. If you think she's using us, why'd you give her... You got some secret plan to double-cross... I know we're freelancers and all. We take work where we can find it. This is how the board gets... I appreciate your time.
Remember that you are not insured.
Something you need? That's the last of them!
To shreds, you said?
Here I go!
Covering you! That is a bitch.
And that explains how we ain't dead. Without the pylons and the O2 this thing's cracking from the ice would just drift off.
Ought to leave well enough alone.
Look out!
We're done here. That queen ain't gonna go down easy. What's up? Outstanding. These are... There's an old base I used to call home. Password to the... Hayes' idea. Rest of us... Fucking right.
A reminder to all crew members, there is only one toilet. On the ship. We're now in orbit above Fallbrook, Captain. Do return in one piece, Captain.
Well, this is the spot. You know, I thought I'd be angry, but the first night... Monarch... It's because there's no escaping it. But he... We hold in steel. 4 of... And... She had a head... Me too. Now let's get...
Incoming! You got it, Captain!
I am a fool! Can't get past that armor!
Wow, you got that?
I wish these were more auspicious. That makes it stupid. Captain. You mind if we... Nicely done.
Captain, if you're looking for crew members Ellie or Felix, they're sharing a drink upstairs. We've reached HRS-1084, Captain. It's emitting a very weak docking signal. I almost mislabeled it as normal etheric static.
It's quiet as the grave in here. We should get the power generator going again. Might cheer up the place. Let's give these little fellas a wide berth, Captain.
Oh, I see you have activated your holographic shroud, Captain. Excellent. Becoming indistinguishable from an authentic UDL trooper will prove advantageous to your current situation. A UDL vessel has been tracking our position and just recently docked with the station. They are
I've been waiting for this day since we tagged your ship in Cascadia, Captain. Wait, who are you? No one told me we had security forces deployed on the station already. Roger that. Just as a precaution, I'm sure you won't mind if we turn on the station security system. We'd hate to leave this location Shit. Thanks for the warning. Last thing I need is to get...
The UDL gunship is undocking from the station.
My dad used to say words have power. You proved them true.
Proximity analysis. External fill sterilization measures employed. Caution. Contact with electrical currents can... for C25447. Grade rated contaminants.
Job done. We can go home to the ship, right? This thing appears. Hold on a tick. Don't we know Chartrain? From Cascadia?
Captain, Felix and the Vicar are arguing again. The Groundbreaker has approved our request for docking, Captain. You're free to disembark.
Miss Lilia takes good care of us, see? The authorities stay off tail.
Finally, a base of our own. I heard about that. While my lawyers scratch their heads wondering how we deal with human salvage, aside from the automated security. I knew it. They've been shadowing us. I've been less than honest with you. Your assignment. You have an eye for patterns. Good. After the Monarch job, I started connecting the dots. I didn't like the picture. Then what we found at Station 1084 confirmed my fears. You and I have stumbled onto something big. Maybe the worst. Ask yourself why a skeleton crew was studying that Alta Vitae gas in secret. Ask yourself... Before we go any further, I want you to keep an open mind. Aliens. I'm talking about aliens. They're the ones Hear me out. I'm saying it's aliens. I'm not asking you to like it.
This doesn't feel at all right, Captain.
The crew is skeptical. That's good. If we're gonna see this through, I'll need your trust and commitment. Conspiracy. One carried out with the help of human collaborators, assuming they haven't all been replaced. This is an invasion. No kidding. That's how... When I lined up the evidence in my spreadsheet, there was only... If you don't believe me, go pay a visit to the pub. Dr. Chartrand is the crooked psychopath behind the gas experiments. She's a research scientist and a damn good one. Before UDL poached her, she engineered a now she's doing the same. You've got me. I just... Do you usually come across innocent... Remember. There's key... by now.
VP, I can't believe Ready for the fall?
Muting volume now.
Looking sharp.
Rizzo berry punch, a salt sour candy shell aroma, sweet purple berry flavored. This is Halcyon Dew.
Mobilizing silent scrubbers.
On X.
On the job.
Some crew members are causing a disturbance on the ship. Destination reached. Scylla.
You got a second? Hey boss, got a hypothetical for you? You got a friend, see? 5 years go by. You got the wrong idea. Guy by the name of Clyde I just heard. The guy just vanished without a trace one day. No goodbyes. That's what I don't know. Clyde. He was a blustery old Figured I should... I know we've got...
Is it time for your regular daily period of unconsciousness?
Unexpected. Invest.
Pollutant purified. This area has been sanitized.
Captain, if you're looking for crew members... We're now in orbit above Fallbrook, Captain. Captain, I wish to offer my commendations for convincing the UDL's gunship to leave HRS-1084. I did not favor the idea of being stripped and sold for parts.
Said you docked 3 days ago?
My droid...
We got...
They're neutralized. Good news, customer. All germs and contaminants have been neutralized. Job assessment. It's a mess.
I would have liked to seen this place. Before it was all boarded up. I bet it lit up the night.
Some crew members are causing a...
Dead? Hey, Cap.
What's occupying your brain tubes today, Sam?
Greetings. What can I... You know, sending you... I still don't know, but I'll warn...
Velma seem out of sorts to you?
It's always playing.
Hey, Velma.
Look, you can tell Catherine the new shipment will be ready when it's ready, all right? Well, if you're that, I hope you can forget. First, this again? I swear, you can tell Grim is bad about... It's staying locked up. Sure can. Damn right he will. Take the poster then. Something.
Would you look at that? The Rizzo's... I can't thank you enough. Still, and you know what? Take my old tossball blocker too. Never get the...
Some crew members are causing a disturbance. On the ship.
Hey you, looking for... Got my sights on you. Got my sights on you.
Well, hey there, Hullhead. Claude, you...
Uh-huh. Oh, sorry, were you expecting me to say something?
So, you took Felix under your wing. Kept him busy. Good. Kid always needed to...
He's been watching out for us just as much.
Hear that, Clyde?
So long as you haven't been... I'm sure Felix has no end of stories to tell of your exploits together. I imagine he has. I was a mentor to the boy.
Oh, would have been nice to know that sometime in the last, hang on, doing some math? Half a decade?
I'm working on something. I'm fulfilling a promise I...
Easy there, Clyde. No one said nothing about throwing in with you. In case you didn't notice, I'm pretty happy where I am.
I'm not asking you to walk away from your captain, Felix. But neither should you allow yourself to... I brought you here because I want to know where Felix's loyalties lie. When the day of our revolution comes, I want to know that I can rely... I understand that. I want you to... Routed us out to the board. I don't know where he's... Rosanna...
You think so? Maybe we...
You'd be wasting your breath, Ben. Remember, I want... Here.
Crew report. Bioka is drunk. We've arrived at the groundbreaker. We'll be here, Captain.
You mind trying to have a moment here? Rufus and I are no longer on speaking terms. That's Harlow's mark, no mistake. I don't want any manner of harm befalling.
We're not? Oh, right, yeah.
Oh, Rufus is hiding out in
A reminder to all crew members. We are now in orbit above Edgewater, Captain. Do return in 1.
Heads up!
One down! Wow! Not even a scratch! Everyone all right?
I don't know who you are or why you're one of Harlow. Former wife. And if you so much as her. Yeah, okay. I'm having a conversation. Thing is, you and I are at an impasse. Harlow wants me. How do I know that I can? Yeah, guess that's a fair point. Listen, I don't know what lies Harlow's dripped down. I never betrayed Harlow. Harlow betrayed all of us. The board's got him.
You're a real piece of work, Trask. Not just a turncoat, but a liar, too.
Go piss up a rope, kid. I've got nothing to prove to you. That's the whole truth. Harlow... Yeah, I've got proof. There's always a paper trail when the board's involved. I chanced upon some correspondence, but I don't know that it makes a difference. What was I to do with that evidence? Bring it in front of... I hid my papers before Board-sanctioned pirate. If we... Only... Be... With Take it, you gonna tell Harlow I'm dead? May as well. I'm never going back to that. Here, take the ring.
That machine stole my bit.
Not surprised. That's a damning... Those papers don't prove a thing. Trask put you up to... You've got a lot of nerve. How should I know? What the hell do I...
Clyde, look me in the eye and tell me it's not true.
Don't talk to me like I'm some common criminal. I don't know what kind of poison that snake dripped in your ear, but...
Incoming!
Still got it.
What was that?
Crew report. Mioka is drunk. Surprise.
The void's black, water's No. I've just got I always looked up to Klein. Yeah, he did. No kidding. You've given me a lot. I don't know what. Thanks.
We are now in orbit above Byzantium, Captain.
You think the privy's gold-plated too? Of this basement.
That's far enough. What are you doing here? You're in my house? Let's talk. Just give me a second to explain myself. If you came looking for some elaborate scheme...
What are you doing, Doctor? This information is beyond classified.
You can write me up in your report. I'm researching a new way to feed the colony. The crops we transplanted from Earth don't give us the nutrients we need. Our colonists might not realize it yet, but they're starving. The food we grow here barely sustains human life. The colony won't last under these conditions. So, the board let me approach the problem from a different angle. I believed that I could adapt humans to live on Halcyon's terms. That I could change us. Give us the ability to derive sustenance from the nutrients the food does have. I know. I was there. Thomas was the first to take the gas. A simple test, We learned a lot from his autopsy. Enough that we could try it on each other and know when to stop. No one else died. I must find... I wouldn't allow us to experiment on convicts or the unemployed. It's wrong, no matter what the law says. Everyone... I'm desperate. It's been missing for over 2 years now. They never re-established contact after the skip to Earth. Of course, the board is keeping that under wraps.
How'd you lose half a pair of ships like it were a sock?
The board is uneasy about letting the colony know, seeing as half of their military force vanished without a trace. The board also has its brand to uphold. If you can't trust the brand... Once we can replicate a success, the board will move to rewire our nucleon. With any luck, our next generation will be eating and thriving off Halcyon crops.
You really think the board got our best interests at heart?
We haven't made enough strides to advance the plan. You could always shoot me. If I die, there's no...
It seems like she's trying to help, Captain. Honest help.
Everything I did... The one on the wanted posters? They say he's an I'll do it.
Doctor!
What choice do I have, Commander? For the last... I need to get out of here. Finny... For now, I had better pack up the lab and...
Not so fast. Captain, what you just learned, give me one reason why... Run.
Caution! Sanitation and maintenance job fulfilled.
I hope Dr. Wells has the resources to handle this project.
Sam, I must confess, I have not been cleaned for far too long. You're sure this will... Oh, yes. That's the spot exactly. I, I, I... Why, I didn't expect you to be so thorough. I am ashamed to admit. Oh, Captain, there you are. Pardon, but perhaps you could afford us some privacy, please? Welcome back, Cap. How can I be of... Take care. We've arrived at the groundbreaker. I think I'll initiate.
Yeah.
Is it? Well, damn. Contractor. Technically, you're awfully quick. Out of my...
You think maybe she's got an itchy trigger finger? I don't want to find out.
C&D Borsworth. It's not the worst unless it's forced.
I believe I hear Felix and Parvati discussing the latest wave serial. I am pleased to inform you that we have arrived at the labyrinth. Please be advised that the punishment for trespassing is... Please be advised that electrical storms on the surface... Resident count is as follows. 3,007. The interior can be... I would also ask that you leave your captain's ID with... Understood. If you die or are incarcerated... Oh, speak of the devil. Captain.
Attention, unauthorized spacecraft. This is a maximum security installation. You are hereby confined to your docking platform until a ticket detailing your crimes has been filed and notarized. I wager it'll take a bit longer than it takes you to lose your patience and storm out of your ship looking to get shot. To be honest, that'd make my job a lot easier. You come out, we shoot you full of holes, and then All right. I'm feeling generous. I'm transmitting the idea of a product. Anyway, Tartarus... Wait, is that from the Groundbreaker? What the... Pay no mind to that, just have a pleasant day.
Transmission terminated. Biometric... How can I be of assistance? I request you...
captain did right by us once. Now it's
What's that
our
noise?
turn. The board will never own Groundbreaker. Not while I breathe. Push on, Mardat.
Watch out! Stay down, okay.
Here we go! Heavy Jerk Destroyer!
The captain did right by us once.
Security
Now
for
it's our turn. The board will never own Groundbreaker. Not while I breathe. Push on, Mardat.
Garbage out the airlock.
processing data. Performing an area sweep now.
Not even a scratch.
You lost one!
Area sanitization assessment. The labyrinth on Tartarus. Task classification. Easy peasy. Would you like Sam to tidy up this area? Waiting for confirmation command. Confirmation command not received.
Got a promotion coming. Feel it.
Are you new here? Oh, no. Don't tell me.
Where are we headed?
Are you new here? Okay.
Well, look who it is. I'll be damned. I had heard...
The captain's treated me right. Better than any of you bored folk.
And... Oh, I had heard you were dragging around a repurposed janitorial mechanical. My staff...
Interactive database updated. The unique organic substance labeled Chairman has been classified as filth, imminent for incineration.
When you go off and get yourself shot, try to avoid taking one to the face. I'll want it recognizable to show to my citizens. My word! You've... It's a wonder what Phineas saw in you. Yeah, but that's between... It's PR. Let me...
We're helping, which...
I'm making act... If I... You are a... Look. Ugh.
I don't see what the fuss is about a blasted lab coat.
We're really doing this, huh?
Difficult job ahead? Consider equipping a pack of Sam's special solvent stain-out remover. It's ruthless on residual blood splatter.
Captain, you've been working with Dr. Wells from the beginning. When we moved, you've disrupted the balance. Typical. Running your mouth in the middle of a crisis. My reports described you as one of Halcyon's sharpest minds. I should have dealt with you. I suppose I shouldn't be leaving you alone. I have Dr. Wells in my custody. Once I've secured his cooperation, Fair enough. Yes, I'm quite aware of your brazen. My scientists assure me they can recover the data you... That isn't true. That experiment... Damn you. You are telling the truth. My science... We're going to have to start all over again. You were always an unknown variable. This prison is a... And don't...
Halt. Investigating.
Here goes nothing!
Sanitization incoming! On your right, customer!
Why won't...
You don't know how glad I am to see you. You did the right thing. Akande was a monster. Her death was much deserved, and long overdue. And you lunatic, you broke into the board's own fortress just to rescue one doddering old man. You are absolutely out of your mind, and I can't begin to thank you enough. I'm all right, thanks to you. Akande wanted my cooperation. I'm quite sure she would have beaten it out of me if you hadn't arrived. You've broken the board's stranglehold on this colony, and you saved my life. But there's still so much we have yet to accomplish. You and I are going to have to work harder than ever. Earth has gone dark. We haven't received a single... 2 years ago, the Earth's Directorate's frigate disappeared on their way back to Earth. We don't know what they discovered when they arrived, or if they...
You mean...
I'm afraid so, Miss Holcomb. Halcyon is the only... We're in serious trouble, my friend. Do you know what this means for Halcyon? We can't rely on Earth for support. Yes, we do. You've done... We must begin the revival We're going to need a leader, and I can't imagine a better person for the job than you.
I can't... When we can't save Halcyon on our own. We are not a colony anymore. Our last connection...
The OSI teaches that everything in the universe happens according to the grand plan. But the stranger that arrived in Halcyon was an unplanned variable. From the moment he landed in Emerald Vale, his actions altered the course of history. The events on Tartarus brought about the end of the board's authority. But the board's mistakes would haunt the colony for decades to come. The damage they left behind would require the work of a generation to repair. Dr. Phineas Wells began reviving a handful of the Hope's colonists. Engineers, scientists, technicians, and intellectuals. They were among the brightest minds the Earth had ever sent out into the stars. The Hope scientists and engineers woke up in a colony descending headlong into total collapse. With no way to return to Earth, they had no choice but to band together and devote themselves to the cause of saving Halcyon. The people of Halcyon were nothing if not hardy. In the absence of the board's authority, many of the colony's settlements banded together with a single purpose in mind: survival. Life was especially hard in the years to come. Some towns dissolved by attrition and starvation, but most of them found a way to carry on. In the years to come, Halcyon was forced to reckon with its newfound freedom. The board was gone, and for better or worse, the colony was responsible for its own destiny. Left unchecked, the war on Monarch consumed both MSI and the Iconoclasts. And when the sulfur cloud settled, only stragglers from both factions remained. Some found their way to Sublight, some to Terra 2, and some lived their final years fighting for food in the wilderness. In the end, only the beasts remained. Consumed by paranoia, Lilia Hagen took Sublight Salvage in a controversial direction, openly accusing board officials of an extraterrestrial conspiracy. One day, an accident at the Groundbreaker's docking bay silenced her forever. Time would tell if her replacement could keep the Sublight family together. Adelaide McDevitt replaced Reed Thompson as the leader of Edgewater. She and her followers transformed Edgewater in their image. Anyone loyal to Reed was pressured into leaving town, and those who stayed behind adapted to her way of life. Adelaide transformed the old cannery into a new garden. The nearby Edgewater Cemetery provided a convenient source of fertilizer. Under the leadership of Junlei Tennyson, the Groundbreaker held firm against corporate influence. The ship's mechanical stability gave Junlei the time to educate a promising generation of engineers schooled in her family's traditions. The future of the Groundbreaker looks promising. The rediscovery of the Hope and the abandonment of the Lifetime Employment Program forced Byzantium to come to terms with some uncomfortable realities about the state of Halcyon. While Byzantines were reluctant to surrender the luxuries they'd grown accustomed to, the board's diminished authority gave them little choice in the matter. Nearly everyone had to learn to make do with less. Some even had to get jobs. It was a dark time indeed. Your influence shifted Ellie's perspective. She finally admitted, albeit grudgingly, that she just might need other people. Sometimes. With a steady income from the life insurance payouts, she was finally able to afford a ship of her own. She hired a small crew and flew supply missions to communities on the fringe. Some of them were even legal. Life in Halcyon was sobering for Felix Millstone. The grand revolution he dreamed of never came. There was no great awakening for the colony, no celebrations in the streets. There was only the hard, desperate work of trying to repair a broken colony. Felix never had a head for numbers, but if there was labor to be done, he was there to help. Eventually, Felix realized that the work of a revolution was done with two hands. After all he'd seen and heard adventuring with you, the vicar Maximilian de Soto renounced his faith and joined the effort to rebuild the colony. Ironically, he finally found the joy that had eluded him over the course of his life, and realized that perhaps he was always meant to be just a simple laborer after all. He quickly dismissed the idea. Once the matter with the Hope colonists was resolved, Junlei bashfully asked Parvati if she'd like to join her permanently on the Groundbreaker, and Parvati enthusiastically, if somewhat awkwardly, agreed. The stories of her adventures spread across the colony, and Parvati soon found herself the center of attention. Having served as the engineer of a renowned spacecraft, tramp freighters and wildcat miners sought her out by name, and in no time, she was a fixture in the Groundbreaker's mechanical ecosystem. She and Junlei were never far apart. Nyoka returned to Monarch to take another crack at making a permanent life for herself. She formed the Charon Group, a mercenary outfit of ragtag survivalists and wilderness experts. Anyone in need of a guide, or just looking to throw back a beer and swap stories, could find her camping on the trail or clearing an infestation. The SAM unit that accompanied you spread awareness of the product line's superior sanitation and maintenance capabilities across what was left of the colony. This led to a boost in SAM unit sales. Did you know that SAM units are the longest-lasting, toughest-acting cleaning solution in Halcyon? Minister Clark was released from house arrest, and his contact with you gave him a sense of renewed purpose and vigor. Once it became clear that no help would be coming from Earth, he threw his considerable efforts and talents into helping Halcyon manage the crisis before it. Chairman Rockwell served as the public face for the changes in Halcyon to come. Whenever you needed strings pulled or a voice to sell a policy change, Rockwell was only too happy to oblige. As for Dr. Phineas Wells, he spent his remaining years in his orbital lab. Though he was always haunted by the failures of his past, he was determined to make things right by building toward the future. Dr. Wells was able to revive many more scientists and engineers than he first expected, thanks to the additional batch of chemicals you stole from the Ministry. Wells never forgot about the human lives that were lost in acquiring these chemicals. The revival project was hard and painful work, but in the end, despite limited resources, over half the Hope's colonists were successfully revived. Even after Wells passed away, the Hope scientists and engineers worked night and day to pull Halcyon from the brink of collapse. Their efforts continue to this day, which may be reason enough for optimism. Dr. Wells laid the groundwork for the project to save the colony, but he would never live to see the fruits of his labor. He passed away a few years later. His work was carried on by the scientists and engineers he revived. Life will never be the same in Halcyon. It is widely agreed that the colony has a chance of stabilizing within a generation, owing to the hard work and determination of the surviving colonists. Recovery is a distant goal, and the path is long and uncertain. But the people of Halcyon carry on, determined as ever. And what about you, the unplanned variable in the history of Halcyon? Long after Wells passed away, you carried on his work with more energy, determination, and brilliance than he could ever muster. The years that followed were hard, but Halcyon survived by the efforts of the Hope's most promising colonists, the greatest of which was you. No one knows what's happened to Earth, and no one knows what the future has in store for Halcyon. All we know for certain is this: the name of the Unreliable and that of its intrepid captain will remain the subject of countless stories for years to come.